Hey everyone, this is episode 4 of the Complete Noobs Guide to Minecraft. Welcome back, hope you've enjoyed the previous episodes. In this episode I'll be covering basic crafting and smelting, two of the most important principles in the game of Minecraft. There's some very simple tools that you need to successfully craft. As you can see, I've got shovels and things, and you can see this on survival mode because the health bar and everything like that, it makes it a bit easier for me to show you how to build these things. So we're going to pick a spot to build these things. So if you press X, then your usual crafting menu is pretty empty. You know, kind of there's a few bits there you can make, but nothing really worth worrying about. So if you look at any item in the crafting menu, what you can do is press X, and it will bring up a description of what that item is for. So there you are, press X, and it comes up in that box there. Used as building material, can be crafted into many things, can be crafted from any form of wood. So press it again and it will come up with what you need, which is oak wood. Now I've got loads of oak wood, so I'm going to just press A and I'm going to make a load of oak wood planks. There we are. I'm going to make some sticks because they'll come in handy for later on. You'll need sticks for making any of the tools that I showed you in the last video, the basic tools, pickaxe, shovel, that sort of thing. Now along here you've got the crafting table. Needs 4 oak wood planks. So you want to get your crafting table, find somewhere you want to place it and stick it down. Now if you press left trigger on a crafting table, it will open up a crafting menu like this. Access to all the different things that you can craft now, as opposed to before where there was only a few things that you could build. So that's quite handy really. And then the other thing underneath the crafting table is the furnace, which requires 8 pieces of stone. Now as you remember, stone can be found down holes, and it drops. Now stone is solid. When you mine it, it drops as cobblestone, which looks like that. Just so you know, those two things, they're both the same thing really, but it's cobblestone and stone. So to make the furnace you need 8 cobblestone, which is probably one of the most common building materials in the game. And there you are. Now in the furnace you've got the ingredient slot, the fuel slot, and the production slot, basically I'll call it. Now wood can be used as a fuel. However, it can also be used as an ingredient. Coal is the most standard, or the standard used fuel, most commonly available, and the most straightforward really is you stick a load of coal in there as fuel. Makes sense really. There are a few other bits and pieces you can use as well. I mean, anything made of wood can be chucked in there to be turned into fuel. But I'm just going to show you, as I said, when you mine stone, it drops as cobblestone. Now if you put cobblestone in a furnace, it will change back into regular stone. Now this seems like something that's a little bit backwards, and I don't agree with it, but it just represents that when you're mining you break the stone up into pieces, and then when you smelt it, it all melts back together, as stone tends to do. Don't ask any questions, it'll be fine. So there you go, they're both stone, both those blocks are stone, but they're just two different forms of it. Now in the crafting table, as you can see, there's all sorts of bits and pieces. Now bed is one of the things you want. That's going to give you somewhere to spawn, and it can skip to daytime. And when you put the bed down, you'll notice that it will spawn, basically it's the bottom half of the bed you're putting down, so you can't stand right next to a wall and put it down, it won't put it there. Now the only other thing that you're going to need probably is going to be a chest, but we'll come to that in a second. As you can see, I'm just going to go through all the different bits and pieces that are in here. So you've got all the woods, sticks, then you've got bricks, crafting table, furnace, and some other bits and pieces that you can use, enchantment tables and stuff. Chests, bed, I'm going to make a couple of chests quickly to show you. Ladders, fence gates, fences, different kinds of fences as well if you go up and down. Then you've got your doors, different types of doors as well. All your different stairs, and all your different half slabs, which can be used for flooring and things. Second tab in is all your tools, which I've shown you before in the previous video. You can see all the different bits and pieces you can do there, as well as TNT and stuff as well. It's always worth bearing in mind that to kind of go up and down with these things, because sometimes you can spend a long time looking for something, but actually it's under the same thing as what's already there, if that makes sense. So the bucket has got a bowl next to it as well. And the same with the torches. All the different types of light source are all under that same thing, but you go to where the torch is and you go up and down. Now I'm going to make a few torches very quickly. Then you've got all your food, different kinds of food, and again, look at it, press X twice and it will come up with the ingredients, and you can see what you need to make it. Your armour and stuff, you need some things for that. This is all your mechanisms and things. This will be covered in Series 2. We'll be covering basic mechanisms and stuff there. There's a few bits and pieces there that are quite handy, so keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in those. Then you get your transport system, which is your minecart, your boat, stuff like that. And then the final stuff, I think, is just kind of everything else. The windows, the different coloured wool, all your different dyes, your karaoke machine or jukebox. Actually, the bookshelf and stuff is a good example. I'll show you that in a second. So the bookshelf needs 6 wood planks and 3 books. So you go to the book and you need paper. Go to the paper, you need sugarcane. So go gather some sugarcane, which just luckily is quite nearby. There we are, that should be enough. So, last tab, so make some paper, which in turn means you can make some books, which in turn means you can make a bookshelf. And that's how crafting usually works. You start with the raw material, you make the basic components, then you put it all together into something impressive. You got a lot of fancy stuff here in decorations, blocks and diamonds and things like that. And then you've got signs as well, which I'll just make a sign and I'll show you what that does too. So, actually we'll probably want those. Here we are. You can put a chest down and you've got some space to store stuff, or you can put 2 next to each other and it forms a large chest. So there we are. I know it's worth bearing in mind actually for the bed, you will need 3 wool and 3 wood planks, just so you know. You know what you need to be finding. Then with the sign, you place your sign down and it comes up with this screen and you can write whatever you like on your sign. Here we are. And there are 4 lines. So you can write a fair bit on a sign. You go to done, and there it is there. I'm just going to skip to daytime. There we go, see a bit better there. So once you've got a chest, crafting table, furnace, and a bed, it's pretty much everything you need. And with the furnace, like I say, just experiment, see what you can put in there. Crafting table, I hope I've given you a basic idea of where everything is, where to find stuff, how to use it. Yeah, so that's it for episode 4. Hopefully that's given you a little bit more insight as to where to find things when you're crafting, and hopefully you'll be able to start building some cool bits and pieces now. So like, comment, subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in episode 5, which will be coming out soon.